and welcome to another video. So today I am going to be making some pets in Animal Jam. But not just any pets, I'm going to be making these pets look like famous Animal Jammers, so let's go. So the first famous Animal Jammer that I'm going to be doing is Apari, and he is obviously an Arctic wolf, so we gotta go ahead and make him a nice red Arctic wolf. That is literally like a replica of Apari right there. Oh my god, those ears are so tiny, but they just don't seem Apari enough, you know? And those fluffy ones are really cute, but they don't seem like Apari, you know? He just has to have those regular Arctic wolf ears. And we're not going to add any frost onto him because normal Arctic wolves don't have it, so let's just go ahead and name him. Alright, I guess his name is going to be Fire Guy, and that is Apari, everyone. Guys, this is so perfect. His favorite food is apricots. You know the first 4 letters of apricots? A-P-R-I, that's right. And what does A-P-R-I make? Apri. Yes, guys, this is actually Apari. Wow. Wow. Just wow. But Apari isn't just a wolf, he also has items, so obviously we have to take him to the pet stop. Hopefully they have a top hat because otherwise I don't know how— oh my god, they don't have a top hat. What? I don't know how we're gonna complete this look then. I mean, Apari has a top hat. That's what he's known for, guys. I'm known for my magenta furry. He's known for his top hat. You know what? I don't know what to do. Maybe we can just give him a princess crown. That looks beautiful. I love it. I love it. He also has a beard on, but there's no beard, so I guess we're just gonna have to go without a neck item. Alright, Apari doesn't have a tail armor, I think, so we're just gonna have to leave that out of there. He has a worn blanket, but that's not one of these options. But you know what? He is obsessed with being like the most kawaii jammer for some reason, so let's just go ahead and give him a little flower. And that is Apari. That totally looks on point. 10 out of 10 Apari. Wow. Just wow. 10 out of 10 would make again. Alright guys, the next famous animal jammer we're gonna be making into pet form is Julian 2. So Julian 2's other color is brown, but there's literally like no brown, so I guess we're just gonna have to settle on this like orangish, reddish, brownish color right here. Oh no guys, it has pink in it. Why does it have pink? I don't know, but it does. That's not okay. Julian 2 does not have pink. You know what? Whatever. He's just gonna have to live with it. So Julian 2 has those eyes. I mean, it kind of looks like Julian, sort of. Oh geez, that does not look right. Okay, I think I'm just gonna have to go with that hair because that kind of looks a bit more like Julian 2. Like, this hair is kind of thinning out on the top, like he's 80 years old. He's a grandpa already. No, Julian 2, he's like, I don't know, 18, I think, somewhere around there. I don't really know. So he's still gonna have the nice hair, okay? Now let's move on to the nose. Oh, that's so cute. Look at the little nose. But no, that's not how it is on his main animal, so we can't have it. Guys, what the heck? I just like switched the nose and it made the color of the hair different. That's amazing. That's what we want. Yes, that's what we want. It's like yellowish and orange, sure, but it's not pink. At least it's not pink. Wow, I fixed it. I'm such a good person. Yes, I made it. There we go. That's like 500 times better than before. Alright, and obviously he's not a Pegasus and he's not a unicorn either. He's just a regular horse, so there we go. That's Julian 2. Alright guys, I tried finding the name Bean because I know that Julian's like obsessed with beans for some reason, but I couldn't find it, so I just decided on Bouncy Bear. That sounds so fun. Bouncy Bear, like a bear that just has like a— I don't know, a bouncy ball or something. Now I'm just imagining a bear playing with a bouncy ball. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Alright, let's just go ahead and adopt Julian. Alright guys, his favorite food is barley. You know what letter barley starts with? B. And you know what letter bean starts with? B. This is obviously Julian 2. 10 out of 10 confirmed, Illuminati confirmed. Okay, so what does Julian 2 wear? He wears a sword and he also wears that monocle thing over his eye. So he has no neck item, I'm pretty sure. So let's just try to find a head item and a back item that looks like him. A top hat. That would have been lovely for Apari, but no, Julian wears a monocle. There is a crown here though, and he is the King Bean, so I mean, maybe I could just use that. Wonderful, wonderful. Wait, oh my god, guys, there's a monocle in here. Oh my god, yes, yes, we made Julian. That's literally Julian. Oh my god, is there a sword item? Is there a sword item, please? Okay, there's no sword item, so I guess this is just gonna have to do. Wow, guys, I can't believe we actually found a monocle for Julian's horse. And a crown because he's the King Bean. This is amazing. This is 10 out of 10. I am so good at recreating famous jammers. This is amazing. Alright guys, now I'm going to be recreating Wisteria Moon, and I know what you're saying. You're probably thinking to yourself, why is she using a pet puppy Wisteria Moon as a wolf? Well, the Arctic wolf pet is for people who are Arctic wolves. Is she an Arctic wolf? No, she's a regular wolf. So this is just gonna have to do, okay? So she is brown and she's also pink. Oh my god, it's amazing already. 10 out of 10. I'd say her tail is pretty average, you know, just a nice rounded tail. Her pattern, okay, she does have lightning, but I don't think they have that as a pattern. We're just gonna have to settle for a bunch of dots on her face. And I think those ears are pretty kawaii, and I think she'd approve. Now let's go ahead and name Wisteria Moon. Alright everyone, I tried getting her name as close to Wisteria Moon as possible. It became Whisper Mouse in the end, but I think that's pretty close, so I mean, I don't know. know. I mean, Whisper has the Wisp part of Wisteria, and Mouse has the M part, so, you know, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Alright, her personality is optimistic, and if we know one thing about Wisteria Moon, it is that she is always happy, so this is definitely Wisteria Moon, guys. Hashtag Whisper Mouse is Wisteria Moon, 2K16. Alright, I always seem to forget what Wisteria Moon is wearing, so let me just think about it in my head. She has a top hat, she has a spiked collar, I don't know. A worn blanket, she has a tail armor, I'm pretty sure, and she also has leg armor. That's a lot of items we have to squeeze into one puppy. Alright, let's just see if we have anything remotely close to our items. None of these could be a top hat, like, at all. What the heck, Animal Jam? Alright, let's see if we have anything remotely close to a spiked collar over here. Nope. No spiked collars. What about in this one? The only thing that is remotely close to what Wisteria Moon actually wears is this pirate sword, because I'm actually pretty sure she doesn't wear a warn, she wears pirate swords. But I could be completely wrong. She has too many items on her main look. What the heck, Wisteria Moon? Alright, I felt pretty confident in my other ones, but this one is, like, absolutely terrible. This is like a 3 out of 10 would not make again. Now, guys, you may be saying, who the heck in Animal Jam has a main animal that is a tiger? Clark Stacy, obviously. Clark Stacy is a tiger. So let's go ahead and recreate him. He's, like, basically all black. He has those weird beady eyes and a mustache and a ring. Yeah, I'd say those eyes are kind of Clark Stacy eyes. Okay, which hair resembles Clark Stacy's hair? That definitely resembles Clark Stacy's hair. Alright, let's see about the ears. Oh, that's so cute, the little ears. He's just like, oh, I'm sad. Like, oh, that's so sad. But I'd have to say those ears. And now let's look for the nose. I'm pretty sure his nose is just a regular tiger nose, so let's go ahead and name Clark Stacy. You know, good turkey is good enough for me because he does seem like a little good turkey. Even though he's a tiger. He's a turkey, whatever. Awesome, would you look at that? Look at Clark Stacy right there. Alright, so I know that Clark Stacy has a ring and he also has a pink mustache, so let's see if we can find anything that looks kind of like that. Well, I mean, nothing here looks like Clark Stacy, so let's move on to the next one. Fangs? No, Clark Stacy is a nice person. He would not have fangs. I don't know what that is, but it does not scream Clark Stacy to me. Alright, none of these items are a Clark Stacy item, so I guess we're just gonna have to randomize it, guys. I guess the pink bow is kind of close to the pink mustache he has, so let's just put that on there. Now I'm gonna put these eyes on him because he sees all, okay? He is the owner of Animal Jam. He knows everything you're doing. And finally, what should we have as the back item? I feel like a butterfly catching net, because just like this tiger is gonna catch some butterflies, he is gonna catch those scammers. Wow, guys, that looks like Clark Stacy if I ever saw him. 10 out of 10, Clark Stacy, totally. First up, I'm gonna recreate myself, and then I'm gonna recreate. So I am obviously an Arctic fox, but they only have the pet fox, the regular pet fox in Animal Jam, so we're just gonna have to settle for that. This little fox is gonna need a lot of readjustments because I am magenta and white and he is red and purple. Alright, let's just get it started in here. So I am white and magenta. There's no magenta color, come on Animal Jam. That's definitely pink, but that's definitely red, like there's no in between. I'm just gonna have to settle for the pink color because I guess that's kinda close to magenta. Now for my eyes. Oh my gosh, they don't have the eyes. My main character has giant circular eyes, okay? Where are the giant? Oh, they're right here. Okay, there we go. What? No, they can't be closed. They can't be closed. What are you doing? You know what? Whatever. We're just gonna have to settle. Oh, geez. That looks scary. That looks so scary. What the heck? Oh, God. No. We're just gonna keep them like that because the other options are very, very scary. Alright, as for hair, I'm not really feeling any of these hairstyles. Like, all of them just look, I don't know. They don't really look like I would wear them. I guess this one is the most minimalistic, so we're going for that one. And now for the ears. These ears are definitely not the ears I have, so we're just gonna have to switch those right away. Alright guys, I know we never ever see my main character's ears because they're always either stuffed behind Sylvester or Sebastian, so we never really see them. But if I were to actually take the hat off, they are like rounded little cat ears, so that's what we're gonna go for today. And as for the highlights, ooh, that's kind of magenta-ish, sort of. No, it's more pink, but you know what? We're just gonna have to settle. I feel like a lot of this video is just me having to settle for a color because they don't actually have the color I'm looking for. Alright guys, I'm just gonna randomize the name and see what Animal Jam comes up with, and whatever the first one is, I'm just gonna have to settle for it. Because I don't want to spend 5 years coming up with a name for myself, because I'm very, very picky. Okay, apparently Animal Jam decided on Air Whistle, so you know, that's fine by me. The Bepper lookalike's favorite food is pie. I actually hate pie, what the heck, man? But the personality is wild, so I mean, that kind of makes sense. Alright everyone, the colors on this fox are obviously very off from the colors on my main animal, but I'm gonna try to save it with the items. So hopefully, just hopefully, they have the items I'm looking for. Alright, there's no magenta furry hat, but we do have this. whatever this is. You know, it looks fine in my opinion, so we're just gonna have to roll with it. There's no tie option, so I guess I'm just gonna have to go for this. And there is a wing option, but it looks literally terrible. This is worse than Wisteria Moon. Oh my goodness. That does not look like me. I'm just gonna, no, I'm backing out. I'm not even going to do, no. Ready? Oh my gosh, this is terrible. Okay, I have to switch the pet, ready? And I'm gonna release it into the wild. It does not deserve anything. It does not deserve friendship. It does not deserve food. It does not deserve love. It is nothing to me. That went really dark. I'm so sorry. Alright guys, for our final recreation of the night, I'm going to be recreating Snowy Claw. And I know her main character is a wolf just like Wisteria Moon, but I used the puppy on Wisteria Moon and it just became terrible. Like, it became the worst thing I've ever seen, so we're just gonna have to stick with the Arctic Wolf on this one. This brown is like too dark, but this brown is like too light and it looks like green, so I don't know which one to choose. We're just gonna have to go with that one. There we go, and the eyes are totally what her eyes are like. So I mean, we're nailing it, I imagine she just has that little tiny little bit of hair right there. Oh my god, those ears are so cute. You know what, whatever, we're using those ears. Even if those aren't the ears she actually has, I don't care, it's too adorable. I'm actually really proud of this one, it looks adorable. Alright guys, not only does this pet look a lot like Snowy Claw, but the name also is almost like Snowy Claw. It is Snowy Cat, okay, that is really close. That is the closest we have ever been to their actual username, guys. This is crazy. Alright guys, Snowy Claw is pretty minimalistic with the items. She has horns, she has swords, she has, I think, elf armor, and she has a tail armor. So that's pretty easy to remember. Now let's see if we have any items that kind of look like that. Alright, there's no horns, and I feel like I just ruined it by putting a tiara on her, so we're just not gonna do it. Alright, I don't think that Snowy Claw actually has a neck item, so we can just kind of skip that entire chest right there. Alright guys, there are 2 items, not 1, but 2 items that Snowy Claw has on her main outfit in this chest. I mean, it would have been great if they were in separate chests, but no, I can only choose one or the other. I think I'm gonna have to go with the swords though, because this tail armor isn't the exact color of her tail armor she has on her main look. And there we go, I just recreated a bunch of famous jammers. We have Apari, we have Julian too, we have Snowy Claw, we have Clark Stacy, and we even have Wisteria Moon. I did create myself, but that went horribly wrong and I deleted myself, so, yeah. Comment in the comment section down below which one was your favorite. Mine would definitely have to be Snowy Claw. I mean, look at that, it's just so wonderful. Well, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.